Hi there. Are you a Libran? Well, if you're born between September 24th through October 23rd, then you are definitely a Libran. Okay, let's talk about a typical Libra man. You know, you'll get plenty of free advice from this man. He will have the perfect solution to all your problems and an answer for every question you ask. But there's no use expecting him to be the answer to all your girlish dreams. He'll change some of them and argue with others. A Libra man can be as cranky as a crocodile with poison ivy, and his habit of rationalizing everything, including love, will drive you to frenzy or leave you limp with defeat. Still, I must warn you that once you're caught and enmeshed in the Libran charm, it won't be easy to break away. If you try to run, he will persuade you to stay with such logical, intelligent arguments you couldn't hope to top them unless you graduated from Harvard Law School. So, it'll be very difficult to avoid him, especially when he will turn so sweet and gentle. You will forget all the frustrating inconsistencies of his nature that upset you before. Then he'll smile at you and something will happen inside. Your heart will turn over. And from that moment on, the battle will be lost. His dreams will be your dreams, and nothing will matter so much as making him happy. So you see, you are in his trap, and it's very difficult to come out of it. The word love and the word Libra are practically synonymous. Libra invented romance and refined it to an art with even more finesse than Leo, Scorpio, and Taurus. Which is saying a lot. The delicate strategies of Cupid are inbred Libran talents. He will use every trick with casual ease and seldom fail to get the girl. However, once he gets her, he isn't always sure what to do with her. Having thoroughly charmed her into willing submission, he hesitates. Should he take advantage of her helpless state? Or should he propose marriage? Or both? Or neither? The mental struggle begins, and life in the Garden of Eden with this particular Adam becomes considerably less than ecstatic. He won't lose interest in the opposite sex until he's at least 90. It may be purely an academic interest if he is happily married, but the subject will never bore him, even if he only speculates what it would be like to whirl each pretty girl he sees around an imaginary ballroom. Since the art of lovemaking comes so easily and shockingly early to the Libra male, he gets tangled up with a lot of clinging vines. And Libra, hates to hurt anyone's feeling, though he remains blissfully unaware of the damage done when he's in an argumentative mood. He hates to say no and seldom realizes that postponement is more unkind than an outright break of an affair which has no chance of happiness. The tendency toward fickleness in Libra men can't be denied. They do tend to trifle, especially in youth. The natural Libra impulse is to size up every third or fourth woman they come across and weigh her possibilities of being the true soulmate. They often get friendship and love hopelessly confused. Surprisingly, it's not often that the Libran will suffer from a broken heart for all his dabbling and experimenting. Caught in such a net, he can be a pretty miserable prisoner of love. But most Libra men manage to keep free enough to enjoy romance to the fullness without letting sentimental ties rope them in. His questions aren't aimed at, you know, uncovering anyone's hidden neuroses. He just wants to sort the facts and assemble them in the proper places. He will discuss pros and cons with brilliant logic and astute rationalization, and his conclusion will usually be fair, accurate, sensible, and practical. Always remember that the Libran argues with only an abstract curiosity. He appears to be a prober, but he is not, nor is he as nosy and gossipy as he seems to be. All this makes him terribly trustworthy, but a little hard on your feelings. Nothing can be more irritating than when you rush to him with a story about how someone has hurt you deeply. You seek sympathy, and what do you get? His first question will be, what did you do to him or her? Then he'll point out where you were just as much in the wrong until you could scream with unsatisfied indignation. Go ahead and scream. He still won't take sides if he thinks you've been unfair, and the emotional implications will escape him. Alright, his other side. He won't be tight with the budget. On the contrary, the typical Libran has a rather lavish hand with cash. He believes in spending it on objects or activities that bring beauty or happiness. Be prepared to be a good hostess because his home will be a regular hospitality center at most any hour of the day or night. The fastest road to the disinterest that leads to divorce is a disorderly home. Keep the radio and TV sets toned down and don't let the odor of cooking penetrate his sensitive nostrils. If you must make a onion soup and garlic bread, spray pine scented deodorant around until the house smells like the great northern woods. Forgetting to dust or make the beds can keep him in a constant state of emotional discord. He will retreat from the disharmony with longer and longer naps and more nights alone. And eventually there will be no communication. He may be as sloppy as six pigs himself, but he will expect you to pick up his socks and fold the paper he scatters on the floor. The Libra male hates confusion, and he really needs harmony to remain stable. His home must be a beautiful, quiet oasis from the jangling discord of the outside world, or those scales may remain permanently out of balance. The children will always benefit from a sense of fairness. Libran fathers will exercise discipline with quiet authority, and they will try to give a logical reason for punishment which will seldom be administered in anger. One final word of astrological advice. If you are in love with a Libra man and you're sure it's meant to be, go right ahead and propose whatever it is you want to propose, including marriage. He'll be relieved that you took the initiative, but watch out for that perverse streak which causes him to let you decide, and then when it doesn't work, cheerfully point out that you made the decision, I didn't. Make sure you know what you are doing, or you'll never hear the end of it. There's only one way to even the score with him. Say, yes, I decided. If I had left it up to you, we would still be standing under that lamppost in the rain saying, I love you, and we would both got pneumonia. Pneumonia. He will argue with you, naturally. But just before or after you bounce the teapot off his head, he will accidentally smile, and there you'll be, standing under that lamppost in the rain again, saying, I love you once more. I believe this is where I came in. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for listening. Do share and subscribe.